Hi and welcome to the guitar chord lesson for the song Jai Ho from the film Slumdog Millionaire. We'll be doing this lesson in three parts. First I will show you the chords that you need to know, then I'll show you the strumming pattern, and then we'll play along with the song. So the song is in A minor and you could play in open chords as well as in bar chords. The chords that you need to know are A minor. You could play it as an open chord over here, or you could play it as a bar chord. You need to know G major. You could play it as an open chord here or as a bar chord over here. F major, D minor, play it here, or you could play it here as a bar chord. C major, you play it here as well. B flat major, you play it here, or you could play it here. You also need to know G minor, which will be playing over here. And you also need to know the C augmented chord, which will come for a very short moment, and you can play it over here. What we are doing is we are not playing the first and the sixth strings, but the other strings are being fretted as follows. The fifth string is being fretted on the third fret. The fourth string is being fretted on the second fret. And the third and the second strings are being fretted using the first finger on the first fret itself. So it should sound something like this. Just make sure that you mute for the first and the sixth string by lightly touching the first string with your first finger and not fretting it, and using your thumb to touch the sixth string. Now let's check out the strumming pattern. There is an interesting strumming pattern in the beginning of the song, and it keeps coming back. But for the rest of the song, the strumming is fairly straightforward, and you can use open chords or you can use bar chords. With bar chords, you'll produce a better effect by being able to mute the strings. So let me show you that pattern first. So for most of the song, if you are playing, let's say in A minor, if you are using open chords, fairly straightforward, just down and up continuously. That's fairly straightforward. But if you're using bar chords, it can be used to mute the strings, so it will sound much nicer. I'll play that slowly so you can understand what I'm doing. So there's a down and up stroke initially. For the third stroke, which is a down stroke, you mute the strings. By that I mean when you're hitting the strings, as soon as you have hit the strings, you lift your left fingers from the fretboard without releasing them from the strings. So it should sound something like this instead of this. So again, the first two strokes were a down and up stroke. The third stroke was a down stroke with a muting effect followed by an up stroke. Then there is a gap, then there is an up stroke, and then again a combination of down and up where the down stroke is with a muting effect. So once again, and then you keep repeating this. So I'm going to play this very slowly and then increase the speed so you can play with me. As I told you earlier, there's also another strumming pattern which you should know, and that is to be used in some parts of the song where the rhythm is basically being produced by a drum, but you can produce the same effect using your guitar. Let me first show you that pattern in the original speed, then I'll slow it down so you can understand what I'm doing. So here goes in A minor. I'll slow it down so you can see what I'm doing. So as you can see, there is a down stroke followed by a combination of up, down and up, and then again another down stroke. The first four strokes, it would be nicer if you could play it on the bass strings. So that means the strings closer to the sixth string, so preferably sixth, fifth and fourth only. And the last downstroke you play it on the higher strings, which would be the strings closer to the first string, so first, second and third perhaps. So it should sound something like this. Now we know the chords and the strumming pattern. Let's try and play along with the song.